Hi, my little lovelies, this is Icaras. Well, I'm on what's essentially the last day, possibly the second last day of Final Fantasy Mobius. I decided before that happens, I'll basically just have a little bit of an account show off, just because, well, I haven't been playing it much recently. I got a bit put off when the servers are going to shut down, and unfortunately I won't even get through the story. I still wanted to have a little bit of a show off of my cards that I got on my account, have a little bit of a record of it. So I think I did quite well in terms of what I got. Alright, so let's have a quick look and start off by going over, I think this card catalogue here is probably the best one. Alright, so this is just going to show me some cards. I won't bother with the dropped ones. I'm not going to go through them all individually. I'm just going to sort of have a bit of a quick scroll through so we can see which ones I ended up getting. I did get a few of the Supremes though, which I was always quite happy with. So I've got this one here, Unbreakable Bonds. And I also got this one here, Zezat, who's a bloke from Final Fantasy V. I think those are the only Warrior Supremes that I ended up getting. I will show off this card as I always found it to be really useful, which is Sephiroth the Siege of Final Fantasy. A bit of a weird way it does it. I think this is basically showing all the versions of all the cards that actually ended up dropping for me. So probably not the best way, but I couldn't really think of anything else. Okay, next we'll go over to my mage cards. Scroll back up the top. Now these ones are a bit funny because there's actually a character called Maya. So when you see the little blue icon, they were actually cards that got powered up a little bit for her. You can see here I did get the Minwu, who's a character from Final Fantasy II. He was a really good ultimate, Supreme I mean, or whatever the hell they called it. You can see there's the ones that were the Maya cards. Really is a bit of a bummer that this game's going. It was never my main focus game, but it was always one I like to play around with a little bit and just farm a bit. And just since they announced it was gonna be going, I just really lost a bit of all interest in it, unfortunately. I think that one was a Supreme as well, wasn't it? I can't remember. Okay, we'll go over to me Ranger cards. Oops, didn't want to go into that one. And we'll just scroll through these ones. This Owaka card here was actually always really useful for farming. He's that weird bloke from Final Fantasy X. Alright, and we'll go into my monk cards. Monk was where I actually ended up getting my first Supreme, which is this guy here, Duncan. He was really useful to me early on. And there was another one I got, which is actually my second Supreme, which is a Wind card. I don't think it was that one there. Was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. I'll show off this one just because I like the little cat. They did have a lot of really nice artwork for all these cards. I always found it a bit of a struggle to figure out exactly which card was actually the best one. I couldn't find it in there, I can't remember which one it was because it's the way it displays, but it doesn't matter. And then you had these healer cards, so these are all sort of special effect cards and the like. Let's scroll up the top and just quickly go through these. So as you can see, I had a pretty decent amount of cards that I got from the game as I was playing. Alright, now let's have a look and I'll just quickly go through the job cards I got and we'll actually show them off. So here we can see this is my legend job, which is Jekt. So let's just start going through these. I'll actually activate everybody here. So there's actually quite a few different characters in the game towards the end. So first of all, when it loads up, we've got the main character, Wol. Now this is actually his onion job, so you can actually scroll through different types of job. So this is his first form, his Onion Knight. And we got his warrior form. So there's actually a few of these, a bunch of these I've actually got as separate cards. Then we got his knight form. Just my cat knocking down my Cloud Strife statue. Alright, and then we got Dark Knight. got his samurai form. There's Dragoon. We've got Paladin. And then Berserker here. Alright. And then we got... This is his Onion Ranger forms. So you can see there's Thief. Hunter. Got Ranger. Got Neophyte Ranger, which is the base. I never powered this one up too much, so I don't think I unlocked a lot of the others. Alright, then we got his Onion. People called it Onion because it was like the base form sort of you got at the start of the game. So we got Black Mage. White Mage. I always thought it was a bit weird how these actually had like a strange mask on. My cat's knocking my PSP on the floor. So the one time she wants attention is when I start recording. And then we got Apprentice Mage here. Okay, next we'll have a quick look here. There's the standard warrior card. This one, as you can see, it's a bit of powered up. I used to like how they could actually power up. So you notice with the warrior card here, as you actually powered up the card, he actually improved his costume a bit. Alright, so let's have a look. I won't go through all of these, but I'll just show off a few that I found interesting. This one was a really good job for a while. This was, I forget what it's called, like some kind of Dragoon job. This is a funny one, the Tombury suit. So there's a version where he's got the head off and a version where he's got the head on. There's a job based after Hope. And there's one I got really late on, which is a job based on Final Fantasy Returns, or Lightning Returns I should say. Speaking of which, I actually got the Legend job of Lightning. And these are the ones I think I was probably the most happy to get. So I'll quickly show them off. I also got Cloud Strife. And I've also got his Legend job where, while actually cosplayers as him, I got Sephiroth. I was really happy to get this one. He was a lot of fun to play as. I've got Y'shtola from Final Fantasy XIV. Tidus from Final Fantasy X. And there's a special form of WoW called the Dawn Warrior, which is a sort of a special form you got at the start of Season 2. We've got Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy V. Which is actually in his boss form, you can tell because he's got all the extra arms. Now there are actually two versions of Squall. I can't remember which one is which. One you actually got from free from just playing the game, and the other one, which I think was this one, was actually a gacha, like the proper Squall. I got Aerith. I never got much of a chance to use Aerith, unfortunately. Or Aerith, whatever. And the last one I got was Jekt. I always wanted to get Tifa. She was an AC form, but I never managed to get her. Now the other characters that were in the game, there was Maya here. She was originally, she basically was originally in the multiplayer mode, but she eventually came into the story. And then you got the Season 2 characters. There was Sophie here. She was actually a monk. Looks like I got a new one that I ended up getting last time I pulled. That's based on Sarah. I never really got a chance to play with that one, unfortunately. And then the last... Oh, no. That was Princess Sarah. She's from Season 1, excuse me. Now, there was Sophie here. She was the monk. Sarah was actually a ranger. As you can see, she used these big beat sticks. She was actually a bit of fun to play as. She was pretty spunky. And then you had Graf, who was this sort of fighter honor guy. And he fought basically fencing. He had like an AP. He was pretty cool as well. He was a bit of a heroic bloke. Alright, I think that sort of does as a bit of a show off of my account. So, before we finish off, let's do a bit of a pull and see how we go. Probably the last pull I'll ever get a chance to do. Alright, Super Supreme Summon, Limited Revival, Legend and Anniversary EX. Let's go for the Super Supreme Summon and see how we do. Okay, probably nothing special there. It would have been a rainbow if I had. new card, so that's pretty nice to see for my last ever Final Fantasy Mobius pull. Another new card, that's pretty good. Doesn't look like I got a job, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. That would have been nice to get a last job with my last ever pull. But you can't have everything. Oh, good. I was hoping I wouldn't finish off on a dupe. There we go. I don't think I've got enough to do another pull, but we'll have a quick look. No, I need 3,000, so... That's it for me, guys. Well, farewell Mobius Final Fantasy. You will be missed. And I hope you guys all have a good day. I will see you later.